Alrighty guys, so today we are dehydrating some onions. Don't cry before this episode's over with. Stay tuned.
Strainer here. It's already got some chicken in it.
That's right here.
Dump that in there.
So
I got
Alright guys, so today we are going to be dehydrating some onions like I said, and another one of those deals that I got from the local store, and we're going to go ahead and dehydrate them, and we're going to go from there guys. So yeah, a couple of steps that you want to be aware of when you're dehydrating onions. You're going to want to boil them for no more than 1 to 2 minutes. Most people do it for 1 minute, and that's just to blanch them to get the starch out of the onions. And once you do that, you basically want to cool them off really quick, and then you can throw them onto the dehydrator. So let's go ahead and unpackage these guys and go ahead and start chopping them up. Alrighty guys, so what I've done is I've already started boiling some water. That's about 1.5 gallons of water there in a 12-quart pot there. It's actually a canning pot, and I'm going to get that started so that when I get all the onions done, I can just basically go ahead and just dump right into the pot and start boiling those guys. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and pre-peeled the onions. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and start chopping these guys up. Okay, so first thing you want to do is take off the ends, and I try to preserve as much of the onion as possible because these things are not cheap. I've already cut the end off of that guy. So the way that I like to do it is I like to do it in slices. So I'll take it and just do a big slices all the way through the onion, and then I'll break up the onion and break up the onion. Looks like I actually need to peel this one more time. Looks like. Or my knife needs to be sharpened. Probably my knife needs to be sharpened. And I'm doing about 1/4-inch slices. Yep, probably need to go one more layer, and then I would have been good. Yep, one more layer. There you go, guys. Another tip there. Sometimes the onion will tell you when it needs to be peeled one more layer. So I'm just going to do slices like this, and you can do this either way. You can do chunks. You can dice these up and do diced onions. I've not done diced onions yet, but to me it would seem like it would get a little messy after a while. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. So what I got here is I got my onions that are peeled here, so I'm going to take these and transfer these over back into my my onions over here. So once I do that, guys, I'll go ahead and start chopping up some more of these onions. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, finish up the onions. And like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break these up so that they're individual rings like this. And that's exactly how I'm going to dehydrate them, as individual rings. They will shrink up. When they stick together, they'll break up and be in the break down to a lot smaller pieces for you. Real crunchy, real delicious, real vibrant type taste. So you're just going to punch all the loops out of these guys. And once you do that, I'm just going to transfer it back to the pot that I was actually have my onions in here, and while my water's getting done, that way I can just dump these straight into the pot there. So let me go ahead and finish cutting up the rest of these onions, and I'll be right back. I'm about to cry over here. I'm crying over here, man. Alrighty guys, so we got the onions chopped up in our little rings, and I had so many onions from these 8 large onions I couldn't fit them all in this colander. I had to get another little bowl here to finish off the onions here. So we got our water boiling over here, so we're just going to go ahead and drop them in the water and start cooking our guys. or should I say start blanching our onions. We're not cooking them. We don't want to cook them. We just want to blanch them. Alrighty guys, so we have our pot of boiling water here. And now I'm going to start to go ahead and transfer the onions over to this guy. Now what we want to do is normally you want to blanch them for about a minute. Because I have so many onions, I'm actually going to go about 2 minutes once I get everything in there. So just go ahead and start dumping your onions in there. I got a lot of onions, guys. Lots and lots and lots of onions here. So many onions, I'm dropping onions. Normally I would say that the onions on the ground belong to acers, but I don't think you're supposed to give onions to dogs. I think onions are bad for dogs. Even in this 12-quart pot, guys, it is just a lot of onions. See if I can get them all in there at once. I don't think I will, though. I think I'll have to do 2 boils. Yeah, I'm going to have to do 2 boils. So as you can see, I got a lot of onions left here. So we're going to go ahead and cover this up. Alright guys, so we have our onions blanched. So what I'm going to do now is kind of transfer them over to the dehydrator. Now some people do a cool bath of the onions right after they have been blanched, but I guess not me, guys. Just kind of lay them on there. Now, you're not going to be able to help the fact that you're going to have onions on top of onions. That's just the way that these onions are going to be. You're going to have onions on top of onions. You just want to try not to stack them too high on top of each other. You'll be fine. Now I'm not sure how many I can get in one dehydrator. I'm probably going to have to use a second dehydrator because I have so many onions. But what will happen is these guys will dehydrate, and they will dehydrate on top of each other, so they'll start sticking to each other. And that's fine. Whoops, I wanted to try to get away there. And that's fine because what you're going to do is when you pick it up, you pick it up like a sheet. And basically you just break it off. So just want to stack it on here just like this. That's probably really good right now for one tray. So we'll go ahead and put on the second tray, and I'll fill up my other trays, and we'll see where we're at when this we get this dehydrator filled up, guys. Alright guys, so what you see in front of you right here is something that I have never had to do before. I just so happen to have 2 dehydrators, both given to me by Biddy Boo Brown, so shout out to you, Mom. And it's the first time me actually using this Nesco food dehydrator that has the temperature gauge on it. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we got here. So we got our onions here on all the trays. Now some of the onions are on top of each other. That's perfectly fine because of the way that I cut it. That's just the way when it dehydrates down, guys, it will dehydrate down and they'll all stick together. So it should not make a difference. There's 4 trays here, and I have a Nesco dehydrator with also 4 trays here. We'll see how this one dehydrates. I've never used this one before, like I said. So that is 8 large onions. Takes 2 dehydrators in onion ring slices. So yeah, that's a lot of onions. So let's go ahead and get these guys dehydrated. Now you're going to cook your onions from anywhere to 4 to 8 hours. And you want your temperature on this one anywhere from 125 to 135 degrees. So I'm going to set it about in between those two. And like I said, it will take you about 4 to 8 hours to cook both of these guys. So I got 2 dehydrators running in the camper now. So in about 4 to 8 hours, usually for me, I'll try to go the whole 8, but you can tell by looking at it later on how they're going to be. But man, that is a lot of onions. See y'all guys in a bit. Alrighty guys, so we are done dehydrating. Let's take a look, see what we got. Check it out. Bring a little bit of light to the situation here. Hold on a second. Look what we got here, guys. So we got, you pick it up, it just kind of breaks open. That's what you want. And got another tray there. Another tray there. So you see how much they dehydrate down too, guys. There's a lot of onions in each one of these trays, kind of overlapping each other, and as you can see, what they do when you kind of see here, you kind of pick it up. Well, these kind of separated, so that's good. They kind of stick to each other a little bit, so you'll have to break them. But that's what you want. You want to be able to pick them up, and they go crunch. So let's go ahead and get these guys transferred over to a jar, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys, there we go. This is 8 large onions from 2 dehydrators. Basically, one dehydrator provided 1 quart-sized jar for me, and the other dehydrator provided another quart-sized jar for me. So that's it, guys. That is how you dehydrate onions. I think it went real successful. You have any questions, put them in the comments below. Any concerns, anything that you may have done slightly different. I'm always open to opinions. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for joining the episode today. And as always, you want to make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at CamoMillionTV. You can email me at camomilliontv@gmail.com. And you can always go to my website, www.camomillion.com. Thanks, guys, for joining me for another episode of Dehydrating with Camo.